The Champions League round of 16 draw just happened while I was asleep last night. I've got some things to say. I have some things to say. First of all, I try to stay up and I was going to do a live stream, do my reaction as it's happening. But I went to sleep, guys. It was 1 a.m. My eyes were forcing themselves shut. I even put an alarm. I'm like, okay, I'm going to go to sleep at 1 right now. I put on a timer for 2 hours to wake up at 3 to watch it. And I woke up, I thought about it, and I genuinely thought they're just going to give Man City Copenhagen or something, PSV. And then I went back to sleep. And I wake up in the morning, and what do I see? What do I see, guys? Just crack my knuckles. What do I see? Man City gets Copenhagen. We're going to talk about the other matchups right now. Can't really give predictions right now because things, these round of 16 games don't happen for another 2 months. So can we really predict these ties and how they'll go over 2 legs? I don't think so. You cannot predict it the way things are right now. You have to wait 2 weeks, 1 week before the games actually start. So I'm going to pull up the games right here. This is going to be some quick reaction, guys. Some quick reaction. Here they are. We're just going to go through them each one. I'm going to give my early predictions now or how I think they'll go, but yeah, I mean, a lot of people are complaining first of all that, we don't have any mega matchups. We don't get an Arsenal PSG or a PSG Atleti or a PSG Barcelona, PSG Real Madrid, Inter City. But to be honest, I like it like this because sure, let's just pray all the big teams go and do their jobs. And in the quarterfinals, every game will be a banger matchup. Every game is a Goliath matchup. If all the teams that are supposed to win go out and do what they're supposed to do, every quarterfinal game, every semifinal game, and the final will be amazing games with big teams in them. So let's just start from the top. Porto and Arsenal. I think Arsenal is the favorites. I think everyone would agree, but Porto is a tricky team. Porto, in my opinion, was the best team in their group, although they did finish second to Barca, tied on points. It's just they didn't finish their chances against Barcelona, and Barcelona made them pay. And at the end of the day, they finished second. They have to go up against Arsenal. So Porto isn't a surefire. They're going to get smashed by Arsenal. They have Evanilson. They have Taremi. They have Pepe in the back. He's 40, 50-year-old Portuguese master Uguay is in the back in Pepe. And they're a good team. They're a good team. So don't sleep on Porto. If I had to give this a percentage chance, I would say it's 55. I would say it's 60-40 in favor of Arsenal. 60-40 in favor of Arsenal right now. However, in 2 months again, things can change. Injuries, form, etc. Things can change, but if we're going off now, 60-40 Arsenal. This is a closer game than a lot of people think. I've seen a lot of Arsenal fans disregarding Porto. Don't do it. Don't do it because it was just last year that in the Europa League, a Portuguese team dumped you guys out of the Europa League. Don't sleep on the Portuguese teams, especially Porto. Do not. Napoli-Barcelona is another game where, Barca fans might be happy with it, maybe not. But I'd be cautious. Barcelona, Xavi, Lewandowski, pissbag. Be cautious. You have to be cautious because Napoli has the tools to hurt Barcelona, and Barcelona, ever since Gavi has got injured, they suck. Their midfield doesn't have the energy. Their midfield doesn't have, the guy winning balls back quickly. Gavi was that, and they're missing that, and as you see, they're playing like trash right now. Napoli, on the other hand, they get out of the group. Kavicha and Osimhen, can they do their thing? I don't know. We have to see, but I think this is a very close tie, and I think it's closer than Porto-Arsenal. I do think if we're giving this again, I'm going to do percentage odds right now on each tie. If we're looking at Napoli-Barcelona based on now, and honestly, I don't see many things changing from Barca and Napoli. I'd say it's 55-45 in favor of Barcelona. It's not too much of a difference between these two teams. 55-45 Barcelona. I do think Barcelona will go through. I kind of do hope Barcelona go through for those big boy matchups in the quarterfinals. But don't sleep on Napoli. I see Barca fans saying, oh, easy game, we're going to get through. I'm not so sure about that. Osimhen and Kavicha will have something to say. The only thing for Barcelona, the only thing for Napoli is, though, the first leg of the round of 16 game, it's just like it's the week after AFCON. If Nigeria, even though they probably won't, if Nigeria go to AFCON and do something and get to a final, that could be an issue. Napoli might be missing Osimhen, or say he goes to AFCON and gets injured, playing on those trash fields. You don't know. You don't know. But yeah, 55-45 in favor of Barcelona right now. PSG Real Sociedad. Now, I know Real Sociedad was the first place team in Inter. They finished above Inter, tied on points, went over on, I think, goal difference because they tied both their games. So was it head-to-head? The thing with Real Sociedad is, can they keep up the way they've been playing in the Champions League after basically a 3-month break? December, January, February, 2.5, 3-month break from the Champions League. Can they continue to play the way they were playing? Will Zubamendi be on form? Will Mikel Merino be on form? Will Kubo? Will Oyarzabal be on form? I don't know. People are saying you could sleep on PSG, but I was kind of the same. However, I didn't really expect them to get a Real Sociedad. And to be honest, with Mbappe, with Kolo Muani, with Dembele and those guys, they have the tools to beat Real Sociedad. They do have the tools to beat Real Sociedad. And I don't think people should sleep on PSG in this tie. And to be honest, if I'm being completely honest, I favor PSG to beat Real Sociedad. I'm not going to lie. I do. If I had to give it percentage odds, I think I'd go the same as Arsenal Porto. 60-40 in favor of PSG. If I'm being completely honest, 60-40 in favor of PSG. Absolutely. The reason I'm a little, optimistic about PSG is, I think I talked about this in my Champions League match day 6 roundup. PSG got through the group without Mbappe, without Kolo Muani, without Goncalo Ramos, Kang-in Lee, and Ousmane Dembele. None of those 5 attackers played well, and they still got through. Now, that could be an issue because we're already 4 months into the season, and they didn't put up a good Champions League performance besides that one game where they who they battered? AC Milan. Where they battered AC Milan. But what if these guys click? What if PSG pulls up and scores a hat-trick against Sociedad? I don't know. I rate Mbappe highly. I think he's a dangerous, lethal player built for the Champions League. He's just been at a crap club like PSG. He hasn't been able to, shine like he's supposed to, like he would have if he went to Real Madrid. But that's why I favor PSG. 60-40 PSG. I think their attack will click more by the time these games roll around. And I do think people will also agree. A lot of people are sleeping on PSG right now. But wait 2 months, a week out from the game, and people will be like, it's actually not too far-fetched for PSG to go through over Real Sociedad over 2 legs. It's really not. So yeah, 60-40 odds on PSG Sociedad. Now the next one, that's the closest game. Inter Milan versus Atleti. This is the closest game. 50-50, right down, smack down the middle. Inter Milan, their strongest team versus Atletico's strongest team. I'm ready. I'm ready to see this game. I'm excited for this game. People think this will be a 0-0 boring crap Simeone versus Inter Milan defensive game. It won't. Trust me, it won't. Morata and Griezmann are the top scorers in the Champions League this season so far, both on 5 goals. Atleti is playing a more attacking style. Inter Milan, Lautaro Martinez is having the best season of his career. Marcus Thuram with him, they complement each other really well. Their defense is strong. Atleti's defense, sure, it may be a little weaker because they're being more attacking this season, but it's still strong as well. So guys, this is a very evenly matched game. Over 2 legs. Very evenly matched. And I'm trying to decide in my head right now if I edge it over to one team, but I can't. I think this is a 50-50 tie. Either Inter Milan or Atleti would go through. And to be honest, say if I'm speaking from the Bayern perspective, who I'd rather see out, I'd rather see Atletico Madrid out. So I think I'd want to see Inter Milan go through, because either team going out from this group from this tie is a big team. So whoever goes through, we're getting another big team in the quarterfinals. But if I'm being honest, from the Bayern perspective, I'd rather come up against an Inter Milan potentially than an Atletico Madrid, if I'm being completely honest. So yeah, 50-50. It's going to be a battle of Lautaro and Thuram on the front lines versus Orata and Griezmann. Their midfields are going to clash. Barella, Calhanoglu versus Llorente, Koke, those guys. It's going to be a good game. Two solid goalies, Jan Sommer, Oblak. It's going to be a very good 180, two 90-minute games of football. 100%, 50-50. PSV, Dortmund. I think Dortmund got lucky here. I know PSV is on a 16-game winning streak right now, but I do think Dortmund got lucky here because PSV did not impress me in their group at all. They got second just because Lyon and Sevilla are worse than them, not because they're better than them, if that makes sense. Like, they were just more crap than PSV. That's just how I see it. I don't really take a win streak in Eredivisie seriously. I don't think PSV is as dangerous without Xavi Simons. And I think don't sleep on Dortmund. Now, Dortmund keeps bottling in the league and dropping points here and there, drawing games. But in the Champions League, man, give Dortmund credit. They got through the group of death. They finished top when a lot of people thought they'd finish dead last, fourth, bottom. So that leads me to believe I'm not going to sleep on Dortmund, even though they break it in the Bundesliga all the time. Bayern, we smash them every single time almost. I believe Dortmund has something going in the Champions League this season. Royce, Füllkrug is so underrated in my opinion. He's not scoring as many goals as he was last season. He wasn't. But Füllkrug in his link-up play has excelled this season with Royce, Adeyemi around him, Malen, and those guys. Bino Gittins. I'm not sleeping on Dortmund, and to be honest, I'm pretty confident here for Dortmund. I think it's 70-30 in favor of Dortmund over 2 legs against PSV. Call me crazy, but I really believe that. Dortmund PSV 70-30 odds in favor of Dortmund. That's just how I see it. The next one, Lazio Bayern. That's my team. And if I'm being honest, guys, everyone expects Bayern to advance from this tie. Absolutely. Over 2 legs. Harry Kane should get 3-4 goals. Leroy Sané and Musiala should cook. I'm not too scared of Lazio, to be honest. I'm not too scared of Immobile. I'm not too scared of Luis Alberto. I'm not really scared of these players. But what are the odds I'd give it? I think I'd go 80-20 in favor of Bayern because you have to respect any team in the round of 16 in the Champions League. They're here for a reason. They got through their groups for a reason. So it's not going to be 95-5 in favor of Bayern. 80-20 in favor of Bayern. I expect Harry Kane to score a couple of goals. I expect Sané to do something. I expect Musiala to destroy them. But I won't sleep on them. Lazio can hurt you with Immobile and Luis Alberto and those guys. They really can. So I won't completely sleep on them, but let's be honest. A lot of people are thinking Bayern are going to advance from this. And as a Bayern fan, I absolutely agree. Get us in the quarterfinals. City Copenhagen, we're not even going to spend more than 20 seconds on this. Copenhagen, although the home game at Copenhagen, which will be the first game in this tie because they were the second place team, will be tough. Copenhagen is a much better team than I expected them to be. They were in Bayern's group. So Copenhagen will give City a struggle. Like, people will be surprised with Copenhagen, but at the end of the day, De Bruyne is back in training today. So by then, De Bruyne will be back into the team fully. Rodri, Haaland, Stones will be back. And then it's game over. Copenhagen, as much as I think they'll surprise some people over the 2 legs against City, at the end of the day, we know the result. Man City will win. This is a game where I'd say 90-10 in favor of City. 90% in favor of City, 10% chances for Copenhagen to go through. And honestly, I expect this to be I think Copenhagen will score a couple goals, like a 6-2 on aggregate, something like that. Just a wild guess. The last one before I round this video off. Leipzig versus Real Madrid, guys. David Alaba has just torn his ACL. Eder Militao has been out with an ACL injury. Courtois has been out the whole season with an ACL injury. And Leipzig is a very attacking team. If we're being honest, Leipzig is probably the most attacking team out of these 16 teams. Bro, if Xavi Simons is still on form, if Openda is still on form and banging goals like he is right now, if Klosterman is playing good in the back, You guys, Real Madrid could get knocked out. I'm still favoring Real. I'm going to respect Real Madrid. No one respects Real Madrid more than me in the Champions League. I respect Real Madrid. Although the three-peat Champions League was rigged, I respect them. I'm still going to say this is 65-35 in favor of Real Madrid. If Alaba didn't get injured, we're looking at 75-25. But with Alaba injured and that makeshift defense, let's not sleep on Leipzig here. Do not be surprised. This is how I'm going to look at it. I wouldn't be surprised if Leipzig knocks out Madrid. Because of how attacking Leipzig is, I really wouldn't be surprised. Don't forget, Timo Werner is on Leipzig. Timo Werner has dunked on Madrid every time he's played against them. I'm just saying. Timo Werner has dunked on Real Madrid every time they've played each other. I'm just saying. Just listen to me. I'm just saying it. Don't take it too fucking seriously. Okay, don't take it fucking too seriously. But yeah, I think the injuries Real Madrid has been, and it's so weird. 3 ACL injuries. What is Real Madrid doing to these players in training? What are they doing? I'm just saying, what are they doing? Is the training too hard? Are they not resting players properly? Is the recovery training and regimen not working? Because 3 ACL injuries is crazy to 3 key players. I'm just saying, this is 65-35 in favor of Madrid. But don't be surprised if Xavi Simons pulls up the Barca La Masia Academy product and dunks on Real Madrid. Please don't be surprised, because Xavi Simons is up there in terms of talent with Bellingham and Musiala, in my opinion. Don't be surprised. Openda is a very tricky, quick, annoying striker to play against. Can the guys like Nacho and Carvajal and those guys handle him? I don't know. Let's see. Don't take these things too seriously. I'm just saying. I still think Real Madrid will go through, but I'm just saying. Can I just say? Yes, I can. So, yeah. There it is. The round of 16. I genuinely believe, or I genuinely hope, that all the big teams win. The teams we think are supposed to win go through, so we get some banger quarterfinal games, some absolute bangers in the quarterfinals. And the only tie where it doesn't matter which team that goes through is Inter, Atleti. Either team going through to the quarterfinals is going to give us more bangers in the quarterfinal matchups. This has been Reaction. Like and subscribe if you're still here. Please. How can you say no to this smile? Please. And yeah, I think I just posted an Endrick Vitor Roque video. Watch that. Please. It has like no views. And I think I talked some good stuff on those 2 little young virgins. Come on. Give me some view. Come on. But yeah, and I don't think I'll make any videos tomorrow. I'm gonna do a live watch along for Bayern versus Wolfsburg on Wednesday. Absolutely, I'm doing a live watch along. So yeah, I'm gonna edit this video real quick, get it out. I mean, I don't really do much editing. These are some low production videos I make over here. Not trying to do too much production while I'm still in school. So thanks for watching, guys. Like and subscribe. Champions League round of 16. I'm ready. I cannot wait for February to roll around in 3 seconds, because time moves fast, guys. Time moves fast. And I want it to move extra fast so we can get back to the Champions League in February. Thanks for watching, guys. Love you guys. Bayern, don't disappoint me against Lazio. If Bayern loses to Lazio, I will come on stream. I will shave half my eyebrow off. There you go. I will shave half my eyebrow off if Bayern loses to Lazio. I dare you, Kane. I dare you, you fraud.